Any expectation for Shedeur Sanders under Todd Monken, I believe, will lead to disappointment. If I'm Shedeur or anybody in that locker room, why am I listening to Todd Monken? What have you won on an NFL level as a head coach? You're not even a head coach on an NFL level. So I don't even have expectations for Shedeur under Todd Monken because I believe any expectations I would have, he would not meet.
You know, I'm starting to wonder if this is all reverse psychology. Starting to wonder if the woke media has this weird, severe hatred for Shedeur Sanders, and they're just pretending to be overly obsessed with Deion's baby boy, hoping to turn him into the biggest villain in the league. To be honest with you, I'm running out of excuses or explanations for this rampant stupidity. Emmanuel Ocko knows he's full of shit. This dude used to play in the NFL. He knows what happens when a fifth-round draft pick who is yet to prove he can be a starter in this league. He knows what happens when that dude defies his head coach or his boss. Can you imagine someone in 2006 telling Drew Brees not to listen to Sean Payton? Can you imagine what would have happened to Drew Brees' career had he not listened to Sean Payton? When Sean Payton arrived in New Orleans in 2006, he wasn't a proven head coach. When he arrived in New Orleans, no one knew who in the hell he was. I don't understand why the media continues to sabotage the career of Shedeur Sanders. They told him not to listen to Kevin Stefanski. How'd that work out? Last I checked, Kevin Stefanski got fired and upgraded to the Atlanta Falcons, and Shedeur Sanders, he is still stuck in Cleveland struggling to complete a screen pass. But the truth is, this has absolutely nothing to do with Todd Monken. This has nothing to do with his credentials, has nothing to do with his background, his experience, his qualifications. Hell, to be honest with you, this really has nothing to do with Shedeur Sanders. The real reason the woke media is mad. The real reason the media is outraged with the NFL, for the first time in years, the NFL went through a head coaching cycle, and every available team in the league refused to hire a black head coach. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Link to the main channels in the description below. You know, I almost feel bad for Skip Bayless. Hey, it's me, Skippy B! Skip Bayless has always been controversial. He's always been polarizing. Some would say insane. But one thing I always respected about Skip Bayless, he was never afraid to take a side and be the only one taking that side and defend it relentlessly. Throughout his career, Skip Bayless wasn't worried about making friends. He wasn't worried about feelings. He wasn't worried about what anyone else thought of him. The only thing he cared about was making compelling television. But over the years, something has changed. Me personally, I believe the onslaught of criticism that he received for that Damar Hamlin tweet where Skip Bayless was questioning how the NFL was going to make up that canceled Bills game. You guys remember how Shannon Sharpe, hey, it's me, Shay. You guys remember how the grown man who calls himself Shay overreacted to that tweet? He refused to show up to work the following morning. He was pretending to cry on social media. Skip Bayless was brutally criticized, and he's never been the same. The Skip Bayless that we see today, he's constantly seeking validation. He is constantly seeking praise from people who will never accept him. Yesterday, he was once again whining on social media because the Cleveland Browns refused to hire a black head coach for Shedeur Sanders. Watch for yourself.
I'd gotten my heart set on a young coach you may not have heard of until very lately, Nate Scheelhaase. Nate Scheelhaase is only 35 years of age. but Nate Shieldhouse is the only young black offensive coach I know in the head coaching pipeline in the National Football League. It's the only one I know, which horrifies me. I am also horrified by how few black head coaches there are now in the National Football League.
If the media is truly committed to the success of Shedeur Sanders, and if you follow Skip Bayless, you already know this dude is overly committed to Shedeur Sanders. Deion's baby boy has replaced LeBron James as Skip's object of obsession. But if the media wanted to see Shedeur Sanders succeed, wouldn't they want him to have the best head coach possible? Wouldn't they want him to have someone who has the skills to develop him? I don't know if Todd Monken is that guy. I don't know anything about the dude, but I know one thing for sure. His race has absolutely nothing to do with his qualifications. And I don't think Shedeur Sanders cares about the race of his head coach. The only people who seem to care are the members of Club Dunce in the mainstream media. We go through this every single year. The media complaining about black head coaches. If 10 jobs are available and black head coaches are given 3 of those jobs, the media claims it's racist. If black head coaches hold 50% of the positions in the league, the media asks why all 32 teams don't have a black head coach. If a black head coach is given a job and he gets fired, as is known to happen with coaches in the NFL, at some point, they all get fired. If a black head coach gets fired, the media claims it's racist. And I'm starting to wonder if maybe, just maybe, the reason 10 NFL teams passed on black head coaches during this hiring cycle, maybe they're tired of dealing with the headache. Maybe they're tired of dealing with the ridiculous narratives. Maybe the media's never-ending quest to see diversity at every level in the NFL has finally backfired. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys later on the main channel.